Hi, everybody. Welcome back to English class. Today is Tuesday, April 14th, and we are on lesson 17. Yesterday, we did our new sight words and our new spelling words, and today we are going to start with grammar, and we are going to be talking about something called compound sentences. We'll do compound words, which we've done before, later in the week, but today we're doing compound sentences, which we have not done. You've written them, you just don't realize that that's what they're called. So a compound sentence is when you take two simple sentences and you put them together to make one longer sentence to make it more interesting. The sentences it has to make sense that they go together. You can't just push any two sentences together because it wouldn't really make sense. They have to have something to do with each other, right? Be based on the same thing. And it also doesn't mean just write these really big, long sentences. No, we don't want to do that. That would be a run-on sentence if it's just too long, okay? But it means that we have two complete, simple sentences and we can put them together. I'll give you an example. Let's say that I said, I like Play-Doh. Inside of this egg is Play-Doh. I don't know if you can see it, but there's Play-Doh in here. So I like Play-Doh. I like bubbles. Okay, that's fine. It makes sense. They're two things that I like, right? I like Play-Doh. I like bubbles. Are they both good sentences? Yes, they are, because they both have a subject. I like Play-Doh and a verb. I like bubbles, right? They have a subject and a predicate. They have a subject and a verb, and both have a direct object. I like Play-Doh. I like bubbles. Good. Now, I could also say, I like Play-Doh and I like bubbles, right? I like Play-Doh and I like bubbles. That is a compound sentence because I took one sentence and another sentence and I put them together. But what do I need to put them together to make it a complete compound sentence? Let's find out. You guys are going to watch a short little video from ABC Mouse, and it is going to explain it to you. Okay? I'll be right back.
Hear ye, hear ye. His Royal Majesty King Richard is searching for a royal sentence improver.
Yes, it's true. Those are some of my favorite royal sentences. But I wish them to be more, interesting.
Greetings, Your Majesty. I, a humble hyena, am up for the challenge.
Well, hyena!
Yes, delightfully funny, Your Highness. I would make these sentences more interesting by adding some pizzazz.
Not really what I was looking for. Next!
Hiya, Kingy baby. Gus Goose here. So I asked myself, Gus, what needs to happen to these royal sentences to make them more interesting? And I answered myself, absolutely nothing. They're perfect just the way they are.
Kingy baby?
Whoa!
Is there no one here who can make my royal sentences more interesting? Ah, young Henry Hedgehog of the Southern Hedges. Please tell me you've got an idea.
Well, those are indeed wonderful simple sentences, Your Highness. So how about we join them together to make compound sentences?
Of course! Compound sentences! I should have thought of that. What's a compound sentence?
Well, let's look at your first two favorite sentences, and I'll show you. I went to the kitchen. I ate apple pie.
I did! It was very yummy!
To make a compound sentence, you just take two or more sentences that make sense together and join them using a comma and a word like and, or, but, or so. Such words are called conjunctions. Your two simple sentences become, I went to the kitchen and I ate apple pie.
You did? That was my apple pie! What? Oh, that's the compound sentence. I went to the kitchen and I ate apple pie. You joined two of my favorite simple sentences. Very clever, Henry Hedgehog. Let me try now. The king loves his throne. He takes good care of it. If I add a comma and the conjunction so, I can make the compound sentence, the king loves his throne, so he takes good care of it.
Excellent, Your Majesty.
Actually, I love my throne, but someone else takes care of it. Hey, hold on! That's a compound sentence too! This one has a comma and the conjunction but. Who knew writing compound sentences could be this much fun?
I think you've got this, Your Majesty.
Well, of course I've got this. I didn't get to be king because my head fits the crown. Although, that was part of it. Let's do more. We can go to a party. We can have a party here. If I add a comma and the conjunction or, it becomes, we can go to a party or we can have a party here.
Party, 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 party.
Hush! I'm getting an idea. Come and stand next to me, Henry. Gather around, everyone, as I write this most important compound sentence. Henry the Hedgehog is very clever, so he is my new royal sentence improver.
Yay!
And in honor of Henry and all these new interesting compound sentences, I've come up with a brilliant idea. We'll throw a party. My royal subjects are great. But they sometimes give me such a headache. Oh. Yet another fascinating compound sentence. Thank you, Henry Hedgehog.
Hey, when does the party start?
All right, so did you like the video? I think it's a nice way of learning about compound sentences. So the king learned how to make them himself, right? It makes it more interesting. So we need two complete simple sentences, and we join them with something called a conjunction. And a conjunction can be and, so, but, because, or, right? There are a bunch of them that we can use. Those are the 5 that we'll really be focusing on. And it allows you to join the two sentences with a conjunction. But not only do we need a conjunction, what else do we need? We need a comma. So it says simple sentence number 1, right? Comma, conjunction, simple sentence number 2. So we are going to do some ourselves. All right, so let's do some of these ourselves. So read along with me. This says, connect two sentences with a comma and a conjunction to make a compound sentence. So the first sentence is, Eva made soup. It's a good sentence, right? We have a subject, Eva. We have a verb, made, and we have a direct object, soup. And the second sentence is, Ben made a pie. We have a subject and a predicate or subject, a verb, and a direct object. Ben made a pie. It's a complete sentence. We can combine the two simple sentences to make a compound sentence. Eva made soup and Ben made a pie, right? We just need to make sure that we put a comma and a conjunction. So the comma is after soup and the conjunction in this case is and. So some of the conjunctions that we can use are and, so, but, or, and because. This is something that I just want you to look at very quickly. This is in lesson 17, but you guys really all know this. We talked about blends before, right? We've done blends like BL, CR, blends with L, blends with R. You have them all in your journals. You've taken notes on those, but we always did blends at the beginning. Now we're looking at blends at the end of the word. So these are the blends NG. NG together, you hear both sounds, right? Ng. You hear the N and the G. And then nk, which is, it sounds funny saying it alone, but you hear the N and the K together. So some blends that end with NK, we have bank and we have sink. Now sink could be where you wash your hands, or sink could be to sink down into the water. With NG, we have hang and king. So let's look at a few more. Final blends with NK, we have think, blink, and wink. And with blink, you have a blend in the front of the word, right? Blah, and a blend at the end of the word, ink. So you have two blends, blink. So think, blink, wink, stink. And again, you have another blend in the beginning. St is a blend, right? Because you hear the S and the T, st, and nk at the end, stink, thank, and blank. Okay, so now we have the final blend, NG. We have thing, bang, clang, hung, sting, and stung, right? Stung is the past tense of sting, and hung is the past tense of, which we have in the picture over here, hang. All right, you'll have just one page in your workbook to do about that. It's a very, very short lesson. Okay, so now it's time to do some work in your workbook. So please do pages 20, 22, 26, and 30, and then you can play video number 2 when you're finished.